Hey guys, it's Alex C with TFP TV, and today's review is going to be of the Steyr M9 A1, a pistol I once called one of the most underrated pistols on the market. These are great guns with a street price of about $450, and they just feel great. You're either going to love some features about them or hate them. We'll get into that in the review. But fair warning here, the ammunition I used for this is actually going to be a big mixed bag of several hundred rounds of 9mm. Anytime I had a box left over with just a few rounds in it, I always dump it into this bag. So I figured a fair test of this pistol would be just to use all this stuff and see if it gobbles through all the steel and whatever. So let's get to it. So here we are on the range with the M9A1. We've got the mixed bag of ammunition, everything from 115 grain all the way up to 147. We've got brass, steel, and nickel plated cases. And let's see how it performs. One thing I notice I immediately like is the grip angle combined with the bore axis. Makes this very shootable. Not that much muzzle flip. It's very obvious which rounds are plus P and plus P plus versus standard 115 or so. Very good shooting gun. It's kind of funny to watch. The ejection is a little sporadic, not weak, mind you, but it definitely kicks the heavier bullets, or excuse me, the cases from the plus P and everything out a little bit stronger. You can definitely feel the recoil is a little snappier, but that's to be expected, of course. Alright, at this point I'll give a little info on the Steyr. The gun was designed by a former Glock employee, and as such there are some obvious similarities. It has a 17-round magazine, 6-pound trigger pull, a frame made out of melted soda bottles, and no external safety. It's been on the market since 1999 and has seen very little adoption from military and police organizations. It does have a front-mounted rail for attaching a pistol-mounted bayonet, tire deflator, or truck nuts to show that you really are king of the shooting range. Basically, it's a pretty run-of-the-mill modern striker-fired short recoil tilting barrel pistol. Anyways, back to testing this Austrian polymer striker-fired non-Glock thing. Alright, I'm at about 50 yards with the M9A1. I'm going to see what I can do. You know, immediately, you notice the sights, you're either going to love them or hate them. I really like them. The front triangle is great. You just set it in the trapezoidal basket rear sight. I think that's a feature that really the end user is going to either love or hate. Of course, you could replace them if you want a 3-dot setup or something else, but I wouldn't touch them. I love these sights. Something else I'd like to note real quick is that the slide is very low profile. However, it's a little bit meatier than a CZ75. I love the CZ75, but one of my main complaints is that racking it can kind of be a chore. You almost kind of have to daintily grab it like this. Whereas this is obviously a lower profile than a Glock, but in between a CZ and a Glock. All in all, kind of a pleasure, kind of a pain, but I can get used to that. You know, it's eaten through steel case stuff, no problem. It's really a pleasure to shoot. I really like this gun. And for under $500, why not give one a look? But I think I have something in store that'll really kind of seal the deal and test the merits of this gun. So I really hate to do this to a newish gun, especially one that's so dang pretty and pretty much untarnished, but the things I do for you guys. That's nasty. So let's see how the Steyr handles that mud. Oof. That's a little disconcerting. It was really tough to get this in a battery. Oh, God. Got a little double feed there. Failure to eject. Wow, that's pretty seized up. Oh, God. You know, this gun just does not like to play in the mud. I'm going to cut it, spray it off with water, and see what happens. All right, I'm going to try and clean it out with a little bit of water. Really what I was noticing is that mud got into the mag basically and kept binding the mag. That was not allowing the cartridges to travel upwards and into the gun. So that's kind of to be expected. I would like to do this side by side with like a Glock 17 or 19 or something and see if this would see if that would pass this test or not. All right, I'm going to load up a mag and see what happens. Okay, so I got a new mag loaded up. Let's see if it brought the pistol back to life. You know, what can I say? It's back to working condition. Basically, the mud got in the gun, gunked everything up, and wasn't allowing the ammunition to travel up into the gun freely. So that would cause any gun to fail. It's up in the air. I don't know if a Glock is a more well-sealed pistol than this. I would say they're roughly the same. However, without a Glock to use as a control, I can't say for sure if the Glock would have failed that test or not. Maybe, maybe not. Glocks are very reliable guns. In my experience, these are as well. It's the first time I've ever done that with one of these, though. So some final thoughts on the SteyrM9. Great pistol. I like the way they shoot. I love the sights. I love the way it feels in my hand. It's a fairly good sized pistol, but still kind of has that compact feel to it, if that makes any sense. It doesn't have that Glock 17 giant block feel to it. However, it did choke in the mud test. You know, I'm not sure what pistols would pass that test. I know that a Beretta M9 would fail miserably. It takes an exceptionally well-sealed gun to survive a test like that. Like I said, I would love to do it with a Glock as a control. However, all it took was a nice little splash of water to get the SteyrM9 back to working condition. And while that still sucks, if you took a dive in the mud, it would disable this gun. So that's something to think about. However, under $500, great sights, polymer frame, Austrian, striker fired, and it's not a Glock if that's a selling point to you. However, with Glocks, just a little bit more expensive for a Gen 3 than this gun. A lot more proven gun for sure.
kind of a gamble. This is a gun that you probably want to try out first before you make the decision. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Other than the mud test, like I said, it ran great on the mixed bag of everything, all the different ammo that I brought out today. Big thanks to Ventura Munitions, and we hope to see you next time.